This is that Michael Cera movies music.
Yeah.
This is okay. Let's go.
This is the end of the movie. It's like after that summer, we never saw each other again, but we knew it was the best summer of our lives.
After that summer.
Welcome everybody, almost good people. We're back.
Almost. Yeah, those Michael Cera movies, dude.
Oh, I love them.
Where the nerd gets the girl.
Oh, I love them.
Those are like Adventureland, all those movies. Junior.
If you want to trade yourself, Crazy Stupid Love.
Oh,
you know
that's
that movie?
one of my favorite movies.
I've
dude.
watched that movie. I kid you not, every five times, every 2 years at least.
Oh,
I watch it.
That's the reason I want to have like an hour of rom-com stand-up. Cause like
that's crazy. I never thought of it that way.
That's like, cause I have one or two or maybe three rom-com movies that are like hilarious, and I'm like, I want to make a stand-up hour that's like all those things, you know, like. Because Crazy Stupid Love is hilarious.
Dude, honestly, I've got tears in my eyes. I think I've got the goal for the next... Dude, I'm going to write a rom-com comedy out. That is so good.
Do it.
Dude, that's an amazing idea. Honestly, I think I could just call my hour that already. I think it's, without thinking, it's close enough to that.
Crazy Stupid Love?
Yeah, I just call it... Yeah. Oh,
man.
I was texting yesterday with a friend, and she told me that she gave me like a list of rom-com. Let's go through them real quick, and you tell me if they're good or not.
I'll tell you the ones. I'm not like an expert in the genre.
Okay.
On the genre, man.
Okay.
I love the word genre.
I gotta download Instagram because I deleted the app last night. I was on a Flixbus, and I was. When you do comedy, you gotta sign up for a lot of shows on different platforms, and it. Roughly, since I do comedy in German and English, it takes me an hour for both each week to do that. But it's like 7 different platforms. And it's so difficult because it takes you an hour just to do it, but it takes you 5 because you're getting distracted with videos every 3 signups.
Yeah.
Man, and so I deleted the app after I was done. I was like, I'll never download it again.
Also on the Flixbuses really test your character in so many ways, but one of them is a temptation. Like,
how so?
Like you're in a Flixbus. These are 2 hours of your life where you can either be sleeping and resting, which is good for you.
That's great.
You could be reading a book. You could be like doing some of that admin that you don't want to do. Or you could be doing what most people do in a Flixbus, which is, you know?
Just getting harnessed for your attention.
Getting attention farmed by Facebook.
Let's try it. Let's. I did the edit for the muting it in the first 10 minutes, and just for the first 10 minutes, let's try to be flippin'.
Guys, flippin', no,
with the freaking, the freaky
spelunking. That's my thing now. I'm gonna.
No, please no. Okay, let's go back to.
Hey, don't curse.
Yeah, got it. She was also I texted her, and she was like, I don't know. I texted her that I don't know how the conversation came about. Yeah, she's something about rom-coms, and then I was like, I love a good rom-com, and she was like, it's rare for a guy, and rarer for a guy to admit, and I was like, I'm very confident in my sexuality. I like rom-coms. I don't think that's a problem.
Oh.
Here's what she recommended: Love Hard.
No, never.
I've also never seen it. Kissing Booth.
That one I don't actually like that one.
One Day, it's a bit different and sad, but it's very nice. Well, then it's not a com.
Yeah.
And it's just
that's
rom.
a rom.
Yeah. To All the Boys I've Loved Before, it's like 3 movies. I think.
Yeah, those are not.
I like the feel good ones.
But those are also the newer ones.
No, you need the 2000s one.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
like
those are like at least All the Boys I've Loved and the Kissing Booth. They're both new and they're way too like
everything with Matthew McConaughey. That's the thing. Bro. Have you seen Womanizer?
No.
Oh.
Have you seen Dazed and Confused?
Probably. Maybe I just know the German title.
No, you gotta, dude. That's Matthew McConaughey's.
Oh, that's the first one. That's what put him on the map. Is that the?
All right.
Sometimes you just gotta keep living. L-I-V-I-N.
That's why I love high school girls.
Did he say that?
Yeah, that's why I love high school girls.
Gee.
I keep getting older and they stay the same age.
Whoa. Listen, Matthew. That is not the dog.
That line made him a career. Right now, you say that line in a movie and you lose your career.
Yeah,
even if it's like clearly a movie.
It's a joke, everybody.
All right. Oh man,
Have you seen his new motivational speaking?
No.
No, there's like sometimes you gotta ask yourself the question, why not you?
Boom.
You're like,
Boom.
yeah, Matthew. Also, first of all, why are you talking in 0.5 speed? Could you please
Because it needs to sink in.
wrap it up?
Brother, it needs to sink in.
Oy, oy, oy.
He's part of the squad for me of politicians or actors that could be politicians, and I wouldn't mind at all.
No, zero.
Like, because for example, that guy didn't go like fully like, oh my god, fucking the Native American, fucking, you know?
What?
Like most of Hollywood is like so, like pretentious and like, oh my god, I'm such a good person. And Matthew McConaughey's like, I'm a good person.
I'm a drunk, and that's okay.
No, but he's like, I care about poor people and I care about all of this and all of that. But he doesn't like, you know,
shove
it in your face.
Lecture about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that.
Any lecturer in life, and I know I can be, I know where the instinct comes from because I can be one. But if you let your lecturing instinct take over,
Yeah.
it's like, you know?
Yeah, it's also hard to listen when you talk. Like it's
Yeah.
you don't like most of the interesting things is when other people tell you some stuff. Like a lot of times it's
Yeah, and if you lecture, it means you're like,
you just listen to yourself talk.
yeah, you think you're so right all the time. It's just, and then you're
Yeah, I agree.
You're dumb, brother.
Well, we had an interesting weekend so far. This is it's actually kind of the start of the weekend. Which this is a good sentence. It's the start of the weekend. That makes you feel good. Anyways, I did Dresden last night, and we have a new route, a new possibility. It's a new horizon that just opened up to us. There's now a 10:10 bus back to Berlin, which means you don't have to stay the night. You can just vanish. Amazing.
Vanish into the hole. I do think that we are losing out on the amazing possibility of partying in Dresden.
Yeah, that is true. If you want to party from 9 to 9:30, you have all the possibilities of the 3 bars.
Dude.
And that's the crazy thing. I mean, the bus was severely delayed, which I didn't understand because we were at Berlin airport at like 12:30, 40, and then we were at Alexanderplatz at 1:30. It took forever to get there.
It would have been faster to get off the bus at the airport.
And just hop on the S9 or something. Yeah, for sure.
That's wild. But yeah, my weekend wasn't wild at all. I had to catch up on work, bro. I wasn't working too much because my dad was in town.
Yeah.
And then, dude, you want to know how much I worked Friday?
Hit me.
I started at 7 a.m. I finished at 9 p.m.
Whoa.
A couple of breaks in between.
Whoa.
Like I took my dad to the station.
Whoa.
But it was still like it was a day, dude.
The problem with these days, I feel, is that you now measure a productive day in that, which is not like a sustainable thing.
No. That the thing is, I mean, I had a lot of targets.
Yeah.
So I had to just do it for the targets. But it wasn't like I'm always going to work 16-hour days. No, like that. But it was intense.
Okay.
It was very, very intense. But yeah, it's done.
How was the time with your dad?
And solid, catching up. We're both not like phone people. We're not like very, how was your day? So it's nice to see him and actually be able to talk.
Oh, yeah.
But like, yeah, it's kind of weird because it's like, I see him and it's like, we haven't talked in a while.
So funny.
When my sister set up, sisters, thank you for existing.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
If you have a son and you don't want to have more kids, do it for him, okay? You gotta at least have, between your children, you at least one woman, minimum. One, because if it wasn't for my sisters, I feel like I would talk to my dad like once every Christmas, you know?
I mean, I do have a sister, but she also...
She doesn't force it?
No, she like, yeah. We're all... We're on... it's funny because I can relate to talking dad on Christmas. My dad's gonna watch this and be like, I know he's gonna call me for the first time in like ages. He's like, "Hey, don't tell people the truth." And we usually talk like when I'm back home, like once every 6 months.
Yeah, that's
and then it's like "Hey, so how you doing?
Yeah,
Still not making money with comedy?" Yeah. That's what I thought. And then I'm like, dude, all right, brother. I think
my dad started giving me financial advice. I was like, you don't know what, like, he was like, Bruno, like, cause I have like some student loans, and then my mom also lent me a bit of money for college and stuff. And he was like, Bruno, you need to like pay your mom back, right? Like you need to pay her back for this. Then maybe if, and he started coming up with reasons, and I was like, you don't think I'm trying? Like, you don't think, and also I'm like, you don't know anything about the situation. I'm like paying the university first, and then I'm paying my mom, and she knows that. But all of a sudden, he tries to go into dad mode. He's like, Bruno, yeah, your finances, and you gotta pay. I'm like,
you know, Bruno, you gotta pay debt. And I'm like, yeah, brother, I went to one of the most prestigious business schools. I didn't learn that debt is not as well. Actually, if you have the right debt, that's actually good.
Yeah, my dad has 1% interest.
Yeah, and
it's ridiculous.
Is it getting corrected for inflation? Or?
Yeah, it used to be 0.1 and now it's 1. So
see, that's with.
But 1% a year is the joke, dude. But yeah, I just know that it was so funny to see him be like, yeah, Bruno, this thing we haven't talked about at all, and I don't really have information about. You should.
That's the best.
Let me give you some advice on that.
That's my dad as well. He's just all in. That's for money is first, and then it's like, oh, how you doing?
Yeah. But no, it was good advice. I mean, I should pay my debts.
Yeah. It's like this advice that a stranger would give you that you meet on the street. It's like, hey, pay your debt.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I don't know. That's a
hey. Don't run over any children, bro.
You know, you got to make some money to eat, because if you don't eat, you die. Thank you, Matthew.
All right.
Yeah.
It takes money.
You got to keep paying that debt.
Yeah, I was like, good to know that. Good to know. But yeah, it's been a good week. It's been chaotic. I moved in.
Yeah.
I moved in with my boy Richie.
I hooked up Bruno with one of the most amazing flats you can imagine.
Brother.
It was great. And now he's living with Richie. Shout out Richie. Great man. I'll see you tonight.
Fucking
thank you.
Richard Schaefer, to who, if we should not forget, the first sponsor of this podcast is Richard Schaefer.
It is Richard Schaefer.
It is Richard Schaefer.
It is true. Let's give him a shout out. This man has been lending us the gear, and I've filmed some stuff for him, but I've also bought dry bags.
If you walked,
I bought like these dry bags that soak up.
Okay, yeah. We have been taking good care. So Richie is a German comic, and he lent us all of this really good equipment that we could not afford without him. Probably, we maybe could, but probably not.
Sorry, come on.
That he lent us all this equipment.
Richie.wow
on Instagram. He posts some fucking hilarious sketches. The last one was about
German reels.
German police.
1 million.
German police finding cocaine, and then
1 million.
He got 1 million views. Check out Richie Schaefer. He's up and coming German comedian. He's gonna be popping before you know it, and he's a good man. And now my flatmate too, which is lit. It's lit. We're still deciding on what we're gonna call a flat. We've had a few names. You can post your suggestions in the comments. We'll probably have a name already by the time this
Bruno's been evicted by the time this comes out.
We're thinking Casa Comedy. We got the Comedy Grill House.
I like the comedy grill house.
I like it too.
I think that's also such an inconvenient name. The comedy, so many syllables and just I
The
like
Comedy Grill House. We got a few more in there, but yeah.
comedy grill house. You don't even have a grill, no?
No. It's just I saw like one of these Turkish grill house or something like that, and I was like, that's funny. Let's do it.
It's funny if we'll live at the comedy grill. That's what they just call it. That's the full name, and then people just call it the grill.
The grill. Oh shit.
Let's go to the grill.
You're jetzt wir backen, jetzt wir grillen. Bro.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? They
for the name of the podcast, I recently thought we should have named it the bakery.
The bakery. Nah, but the bakery
It's too insidey.
Yeah, and also people will confuse it
With an actual bakery.
Yeah, it's something.
They think that we bake. You guys are not stupid. The only thing we're baking up is jokes.
Bate que bate.
Back in.
Baker que baker.
What does that mean?
There's a song called Mayonesa.
Okay. Yeah.
But one of the at the beginning, he's like, whip the chocolate. Bate is like to whip.
Bate.
Bate que bate. So
Bate que bate.
el chocolate.
Bate que bate el chocolate.
So you're whipping.
Watch me yell this in the club and get kicked out of the club.
Bate que bate. It's a classic, dude.
Bate que bate el chocolate. I don't know why my voice just is 6 octaves higher when I speak Spanish. Bate que bate.
Oh, dude, when I speak German, I'm a mumble rapper. I'm like, I hit him with the vielen Dank, bro.
Yeah, but that's the way to talk. A lot of my friends ask me, like, oh, how do you speak like proper German? Because you always see the movies and it's like, Schmetterling. What is the German language like? And it's really just say everything like you're about to fall asleep and you don't care about it. If you just speak... If you would say every word you know in German like this, you would speak perfect German. When usually, all these foreigners, they just...
These immigrants, am I right?
Over pronouncing
Deutschland and Deutsche.
Yeah, no, thank you. I don't agree with that. I don't agree. I'm too white to be... It's good. I'm glad we held hands so that even if you try to cut it out of context and you're like, where's the rest of Ludwig's hand? He's holding hands with the Ausländer. Yeah. Do you have a German passport by now?
No.
Get out.
I got Italian, brother. Come on, we helped you.
That's true. Well, yeah, bonding over fascism.
Hell yeah.
We did it.
That's a movie right there, bonding over fascism.
No, I think that there are many movies about this. They're already out.
Oh, dude, we're both super into martial arts, me and Richie.
Oh, yeah.
So he's like, dude, and again, like you said, big house, a lot of space in the rooms. So we're like, man, let's get, like, I'm buying a pull-up bar. I'm like, hell yeah, the pull-up bar, boys, the pull-up. And then he's like, man, if we move the furniture like this,
you could have
we
a
have
mat.
space for a jiu-jitsu mat, literally. We already, he already showed me a couple of moves. I showed him one and shit like that. He knows way more jiu-jitsu than I do. But anyway, I showed him one thing he didn't know. He was showing me a bunch, and I was like, man, this is going to be fun.
Yeah. That's going to be,
yeah.
The comedy grill.
The comedy grill house, brother. It's fun. And all thanks to Ludwig.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, what a beautiful day. Oh, man, I live so much closer to everything. It's wild.
It's so nice, no?
It's beautiful. I'm like, yeah.
We're here in Friedrichshain, which is where most of the shows are. But more importantly than any of the shows is you're close to Ostkreuz. It's like one of the major intersections of all the train lines. So you can go around the ring, up and down, which is like down to Neukölln and up to Prenzlauer Berg or Wedding, and into the city, which is like Mitte and...
just do anything, dude.
Yeah, you're
Ostkreuz is where dreams come true.
Yeah,
okay?
If you live in Berlin, you know this. Ostkreuz is the most confusing station you've ever been to. It took me 6 months to figure it out because you got...
You got platform 3 3/4.
You literally have. You have all these lines that go like this, which 2 of them go into the city, 2 of them come out of the city, 2 of those are regional trains.
Then there's a hidden...
Yeah. Then you have like, in 90 degrees to that, you have like the Ringbahn, which goes around the city. And then if you go down below... Fight a homeless man, solve a quest. You're allowed to go to the train that goes
7 riddles.
Yeah. Then you're allowed to go to the airport. But usually runs from the last one. But there's construction, so now it's on the number 13. It's madness.
It's supposed to be a regular station, and there's like 16 platforms.
If you don't know where you're going and you arrive at 1 a.m., it is impossible.
It's horrendous.
It's impossible to find. Because especially with the hidden ones.
Yeah.
Like when I moved here, suddenly when I was going out, I was on the street, because there's also a bridge, but the bridge is not connected to the platform, so you would have to jump over onto a railway track to get there. So I was like, how do you get to this station?
Have you seen those like the fourth dimension or shit where there's like stairs backwards? You know that painting where there's like stairs on the roof and shit like that, and a bunch of that's Ostkreuz.
Yeah. Ostkreuz is Harry Potter, the staircase with the moving things.
Oh yeah.
That's what it's like.
It's fucking.
You're like
Ostkreuz is Hogwarts, but more ugly and more Dementors.
Yeah, a lot more drunks.
Oh, but what a place! But yeah,
it's.
I live close to there now, and moving was lit. The boys helped me move. Ludwig and Tommy. Shout out Tommy one more time.
Yeah, that was amazing. Bruno was like, "Can you help me move?" And I was like, "Definitely." And 2 days before the move, I pulled like the lower part of my abs so bad that I couldn't lift anything more than a car key. And then I was like, I just texted Bruno the day of the move. I was like, hey, by the way, Tommy is coming to help. And he was like, why? And I'm like, because I'm of no use other than driving.
He when he was trying to describe which muscle he pulled, Ludwig could only point at the top of his penis. That's
I'll show you now. It was here.
Ludwig tore his dick, basically.
That's how I lift.
Which, to be fair, dude, that's how you should lift, targeted to the important areas. Nobody needs big biceps. You need a strong pelvic muscle, you know?
Well, it depends. You gotta be able to lift.
Yeah. Oh, true. Facts.
Unless your pelvic muscle is so strong,
dude,
that you can sit on it,
dude,
while you're standing up.
When you got that big pelvis, dude, like people carry things for you, dude.
Oh yeah.
If you got the strong.
Lean to the side. That's how the girls look when Bruno tells them about their pelvis.
No, I don't work my pelvis enough, dude. It's all about the pelvis.
How would you even work it? Show me, Bruno. The section is called Bruno Mazzini, personal trainer.
I think hip thrusts and pelvis is this whole area, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like butt and lower abs.
This is
and maybe hip flexors too.
Yeah. With these.
Those are for the hip flexors. No, those are not hip flexors.
This is the inner thighs.
Those are abductors, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, hip flexors are like here.
Yeah. That's what I pulled. I pulled the hip flexor, I think.
Flexor, okay.
Oh, and it was so bad that here's how I worked out. And this is also how I realized that I'm getting older, because I don't care anymore what people think about me. So I thought I almost had like a hernia because it was so uncomfortable. So what I did, I still went to lift on like Monday. So what I did was I took the towel that I had, and you know how in the shower you wrap it around your waist? I kind of did that really tightly, so it was like almost like a lifting belt. And then I just lifted with like the towel over my groin like
Tarzan
linen cloth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was and then people were like just looking at me, and I was like, what are you looking at? And I think that's what being older, like becoming a dad, like this dad mode. You know, when you see them and you're like, why do you rock this? And it's because they're just like, I don't care.
Give a fuck, man.
What are you going to do, huh? I'm not having sex anyways. Like, you're not going to take anything from me.
You want to hear a fancy word?
Hit me.
Euthymia.
Euthymia.
I think it's Greek or maybe Latin. It means...
longing for youth?
No. Euthymia.
Yeah.
Euthymia. It means the peace of knowing that you're in the right path for yourself.
That's nice. Euthymia.
So when you're wrapped up,
euthanize is clearing the path to your euthymia. Euthanizing is the means to euthymia.
When you're so at peace, you're like, dude, I want to work out. The only way I can work out is by
having a cloth around my
cloth. And you know what? I'm euthymized, bro. You don't even know. I know. I don't care if you know, because I know, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's kind of how I rocked up. Totally euthymized.
Euthymic.
Euthymic.
Youth him it up.
Youth him up at the tower at John Reed, Prenzlauer Berg, and people were like,
"Oh,
this guy's troubled."
It's like when you took me. I went to the gym with Louis, and I don't know why I forgot my gym shorts.
Did you bring them to? We're going again. This is also the bro. I love how we
the broadcast.
Yeah, I love how the podcast in the same episode has us describing how much we love rom-coms, followed by the comedy grill, and we're gonna go lift. Like that's the all right. Don't.
Hey, we're modern men, man. We're almost good
the duality of men, no?
The duality of the, you know,
of the what?
You know,
was that Shakira?
I don't know. I was trying to vote, you know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to vote.
I would love. I gotta use the sounds more. We have sounds, but we can't hear them. I think.
You can't. Oh, we can't hear.
No.
them,
If
so
I press it, it's plays something.
people hear it, but we don't.
Yeah, we don't.
Oh, but don't you think you can raise the volume on the sounds?
We're gonna press one. You're gonna know. Hopefully, it stops and doesn't run it.
No, we can't hear.
No, it does not.
It definitely sounded, but yeah.
Something happened.
Anyway, gym. Where like the first time Louis took me to his gym, I forgot my shorts, so I was working out
funny
on a tank top and jeans, just straight up full jeans, and like a guy came up to me and he was like, "Yo,
listen,
next time."
I know it's hot. That you can't do that.
Yeah, you look like shit, bro.
That's funny.
It was fun. It was fun.
Do you know these commercials when like a dude is just like chopping wood shirtless? Don't you guys get these commercials? No. Well,
the
all right.
algorithm knows something we don't.
Well, you know, I like myself some shirtless wood chopping. Anyways, that's kind of how I thought like you might feel, just like this, like working out in jeans because it's
actually I did feel pretty cool.
It's like a pretty grimy thing. It's like, well, what are you gonna do? No.
Yeah. You gotta get the reps in, baby.
You gotta get the reps in, but I also gotta hop on the tractor.
Is the commitment, and you know sometimes you see like the really bodybuilder or power lifter guys like that a little bit. Like I've seen a lot of them just like sweatpants and like random shorts. Like I feel like a lot of the people that got the fully decked out like gym clothes. Nah, when you see like a dude that actually goes like every day, sometimes it's like a random T-shirt that has.
That's the best. I love to go with all the shirts you got for free.
Yeah,
you know those. When you see someone and you have like a branded company shirt that's like washed 1,000 times, no more colors. I think that's the funniest when you rock up and you're like, I know that what you're wearing right now is clean, but it looks like a dish rag.
Yeah. But that's the shit, because the people that get all like dolled up, it's an occasion for you. For those people, this is like my living room. I come here every day. Like I wear the fuck what I want because this is my house. You know, I live for this. You know.
I would almost say it's the other way around. For those people who are so like dressed apart, some of them are really there because like there's like this proper. They're like, this is my suit. Like I buy nice things for the gym because I spend the most time here.
Yeah. I mean, there's both. But
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And also sometimes there's like the with the old T-shirt, the old company T-shirt. It's like a old man.
Oh yeah.
That you can tell like his wife forced him to be there. And he'll go like the minimum. Like you could see him lifting an amount of weights that you know is not making him any effort. He's just like with 1 kilo doing like this. Just like
he's just like, I do 5 more and then I'm getting a burger. 5 more. I'm working out hard.
He doesn't feel it in the muscles.
No, it's like sometimes it's not even like the right thing, and then he's like,
yeah. Those people.
I forgot. Yeah, that counts as 2 sets.
That counts as 2. It's like stand up too. You got comedians that are like really locked in before every set, and like you are more like that, like very fucking everything at every single mic. And that happens a lot to beginners as well. Beginners are like, this is a huge deal. And like, and then you have people that have a lot of experience and are good that they're like, man, I know what I'm going to do. Like I'm relaxed. I'm like chilling. This is just another night, you know? But then you also have people that suck.
Yeah.
And they're like, man, I don't care.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's like an attitude that that doesn't say much or like doesn't define much, but it definitely shows a lot because you could be like that. You could be laid back and really good. You could be laid back and you could be really bad, and you could be
obsessed and bad and obsessed and good. Yeah, I think there's no right or wrong.
But I definitely have, and this is next on the Bruno Fashion Chronicles.
Yeah,
I've definitely, this book I'm reading was also talking about like being practical and kind of minding your P's and Q's and kind of like attention to detail. And I was like, yeah, this applies to clothes too. Because we have a very public-facing job and stuff like that. So it is a thing of like, yeah, dressing properly, whatever. It does, like, you know, people see you as someone that's more prepared and that's more ready.
For sure.
So it's the kind of thing where I'm like, I'm still not going to like be like a... You know what I realized? I like clothes. I don't like fashion, you know? Mm-hmm. Like trends and stuff like that. Like, I think I told you this before, but a friend of mine, she's a designer, and she told me... yeah, these shoes are ugly, but they're trendy right now. So she was wearing.
But that's
them.
not fashion.
That is
a part of fashion, but that is not fashion.
True.
There's
like,
timeless things where it's like.
I guess that's
that is fashion as well.
So I think that's my goal now to go for those like timeless things.
That's the way, man.
And set up like a very reliable thing that I don't really have to think about much, and just be like. Put it out of my system, you know? Just like you know how Chappelle used to have the basically the one piece thing. Like he would just wear that, and that's it. That's my thing. It's like a uniform, like you said. I feel like that's what I'm going for. I'm looking at it more as uniforms now, and I'm like, yeah, this I could do it this way, you know. So I got shoes that are approved by society. No more barefoot shoes for this guy for a while. I'm getting a bunch of cotton plain shirts, you know.
That's the way. Like this, what you have now, that's perfect. You get 20 of these. You get some long. What do you mean?
I just love the amount. You get 20 black shirts.
Oh, let's say 7.
You get 20 black shirts. You get 20 white jeans or some shit.
Just like and 3 black pants. You're sorted. Do you understand?
Yeah, no, I love it.
You're sorted. And no more like, what am I going to wash together? Oh, I'm almost out. So the bag that I have in my wherever, into the washer, done.
Yeah. No, for sure. And I think that's it. I'm honestly, if I found an outfit good enough, I think I want to become one of those cartoon characters. You know, where you open the closet and they have, you know, I don't know if you've seen this, but the joke with all cartoon characters that they always wear the same thing, right?
Yeah.
So I think there's a few that they like open up the closet and they have the same outfit a million times.
Yeah.
Just the same exact thing.
Yeah.
That's what I want to go for, dude. I want to have like 3 pairs of pants.
Yeah.
Maybe 10 t-shirts because I'm too lazy to wash them often. And then that's it.
That's why you have 20. Because you have to wash them even less. You understand? That means for almost 2 weeks, you don't have to wash anything. You're just wearing, and then you wash once. The less you have, the more you wash.
Fair.
Man, you think I didn't think of this? I've been fucking trying to get rid of all these unnecessary things.
Man, Ludwig's the most efficient man on the planet, bro.
Ay.
Hachi.
I did. I had 2 milestones this week, and I don't want to be bragging, but I do want to share it. First, I did my first encore.
That's beautiful.
And I gotta say, that was beautiful. It was like a lineup show, and I was closing, and then they were like, "You gotta come back." It was funny because I looked through the curtain like at the host, so because I was like, "Are we doing this?" And he looked at me as well, like Alex Upatov, good friend. He was like, "I guess bring him back, come on." And then that was great. And then afterwards, he was like, "Yeah, that was fun." And then in Dresden last night, somebody wanted an autograph. And then
oh my God,
she was like, "I have a friend and he couldn't be here, but could you sign something?" And I was like, "Sure." And then she was like, "Do you have an autograph?" And I was like, "I'm focusing on not giving like my real signature so you can forge my sign."
That's hilarious, dude.
And then I also...
Can I get your autograph? Can I get your like social security number?
Yeah. And then I also realized that I gotta work on my handwriting because it's like a child wrote the note. It's like, "Hey, Thank you for the raspberry.
My mommy.
Yeah. It's like signing the birthday card that your sister wrote in like a beautiful handwriting, and then you're like,
Yeah. Your sister, we're giving this to mom for Mother's Day, and she's like writing a poem.
Yeah,
and you're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Mom, you're dope.
Yeah,
Thanks for being my mom.
And then it's just like the poem, and then with lots of love, and then your sister's handwriting with the same pen, and then you with a different color pen.
Yeah.
Like obviously, 30 seconds before this was handed, oh shit, I'm part of the family as well.
Oh my god, you gave out an autograph.
That was wild,
Damn.
man. In Dresden, and then I had to vanish in the break because my bus left. I was like, all right, goodbye, everybody.
Damn, autograph time. You gotta design a cool autograph, dude.
And I thought about it on the way back. I thought about my autograph on the way to the Flix bus. That's the reality of my life. I designed it. I was like, yeah. Life's going well. Yeah, here's the ticket, sir. Let me sit in the bus with 75 other drunks.
Dude, it's beautiful when like
reality.
Yeah. But when you do really well, and within that small cosmos of the comedy show, like within that small room, you are amazing. You are a fucking star. You are fucking, oh my god, Ludwig's so funny.
Who is this?
How is he not on Netflix? How is he in my town? I'm so grateful that you're visiting Dresden, and then all of a sudden you leave the room and it's like fucking sleeping in a half of a single bed, dude. You fucking
This is so beautiful, yeah. That was after the encore as well. I took the train and I was like, you guys have no idea. And then it was just like a shitty situation. I was like, give me 30 seconds.
Yeah.
It's beautiful though.
Yeah, I think I think it's good though. I think it's good. It keeps your, first of all, it keeps you like humble and stuff like that. But I'm like, I feel like the better you get, the more that shit's gonna be common.
Yeah.
It's
like a diminishing.
No.
I
mean, like it happens so often that it is easier to get fooled by it. You know, like
Fooled that you're worthy of it, or like
that you are the shit. You know, like because you're good at stand up, right? But when they ask you for this kind of shit, they make you like it feels like such a big.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like you as a human are just insane, you know? And like we have friends that or at least acquaintances, but I would call some of them friends, that are like every time they get on stage, somebody's like, you are the best person I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And imagine that, like every time you leave a show, somebody's like, please autograph, please. And then you actually start making enough money that you don't get on the Flix bus and you get on the, like it. That's kind of like, it can start to get in your head.
But that's why I love stand-up so much, because there's you're only ever as good as you are right now. Like there's no you can't
ride the wave.
Yeah. Like there's no, like the next show you might bomb, and then you're terrible. Then you're not good. Like it's like your show to show analysis. There's no, you can't bring whatever they say about you with you in the next room.
Dude, I literally had that in Lisbon.
Yeah.
I had that in Lisbon, that I went there and I was just doing my thing, doing super well. And I don't remember if it was which of the two times it was, but I was working on new stuff because I had a split bill and I wanted to like put in some new stuff in the middle. So I do like a 7-minute set, open mic, working all new. Dude, I was leaving off like the stage and I could see everyone like, man, that like, you suck.
I love it.
I had just had like 5 shows in a row of like just utter dominance. Just fucking like, I was just like, I love it. I was at the point where I was like, I can do whatever I want.
I love it. That's my favorite. And that's, you know, when like a lot of comics after shows, you talk about like how you deal with a bomb. And I'm like, bombing makes me better.
Yeah.
Bombing makes me want to write better stuff. And then I talk to some people and they're like, no, usually when I kill, I'm like, oh, I want to write more stuff. But I'm like, if I do too well, I'm also like, I'm not that funny. That's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's okay, but whatever. But then you bomb and you're definitely not that funny. That's such if you're doing well, it might be a hot crowd or it might be whatever. But if you're doing poorly,
It's you.
It's a reality. Like, that is definitely not good.
Oh man, but I think there is a thing where sometimes again I sent you the meme when you do well 5 times in a row.
Oh yeah.
There is a thing after, like, if it happens too many times in a row and too much, if you hit the flow state too many times in a row, then you are like, it can even lull you. It can like it's hard to stay like disciplined and not believe how good you were those 5 sets, you know?
I see what you mean.
Because you just killed, and then you killed, and then you killed, and then at some point you're like, I don't need to make an effort. I'm gonna kill anyway. And then as soon as you think that, it's like, whack, whack, whack.
I love that. I love that
Fucking
so much, and I do enjoy it. Like when you get you know it yourself.
Yeah.
Like when after a while when you're like a little bit too like whatever, dude, and then you get punished. Like a couple of weeks back, I had 3 shows one night, and I horrifically bombed back to back to back at all of them. And I was everyone. I was walking home, and I was like, that was good. I needed that, and I deserved that. Yeah. And because with the first one you bomb, and you're like, well, you know, we all bomb. Second one, you're like, all right, I got a last one to like make this work. And then the third one, you're bad as well, and you're like, I need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I
need to sit down and write some jokes. Cause
and you probably entered that night being like, yeah, Ludwig, you're good.
No, not even that. I was just like, all right, yeah, let's just do it. Yeah, I have some ideas I want to work on, and then we'll just see where it goes. Not really cocky, but just also not locked in.
Yeah.
And then
that's the thing. You put a
little bit loosey goosey.
You took your foot off the gas.
Exactly.
You took it.
And you crash immediately.
Yeah.
And that's what I love. I think that's my favorite part of stand-up, is that there is very little space for ego. There's still people that manage to have one, but most people.
Oh, a lot of people.
Yeah. But I don't know.
Shout out you. No, okay.
Yeah. I love how obvious it is who we like and who we don't like, because it's like our best friends shout out and his Instagram, he's the best, and then there's other people that shall remain nameless. Like, we make such a clear distinction.
So if we haven't named you so far, and this is episode 40, no, I'm kidding.
yeah, you should seriously think about how you treat us. Yeah. Literally, you could be here right now.
Literally. But I love those stories about like celebrities that kind of, I don't know if you've heard any of these, but like in the 90s, they did stand-up, then they became actors. And then 10 years later, they go back to stand-up thinking it was going to be like, they were going to do well. And then they bomb like miserably for, like, apparently this has happened a lot, especially after COVID, that a lot of people tried to do a comeback because they realized, like, if you have fans, you can always tour. But if movie studios don't hire you, you're fucked. Like, you don't control.
You're at the mercy of them.
Yeah. So apparently a lot of actors tried to do it, and most of them just got like 5 sets in, and they were like, nah, I'm sticking to acting.
Yeah. That's interesting with a lot of people that have a social media following that venture into stand-up. I'm not sure if a lot, like, it's hard to generalize anything, but it's are these people really in love with the craft, or is it just a great thing to sell tickets?
I think it depends on the person, right? You can't generalize.
Yeah, there's some that are in it for it, but
and even the craft itself is like such a narrow definition, you know? Some people have been like, oh, if you got a projector with images, it's not stand-up anymore because you're using like whatever, like.
I see.
I mean, in the end, if you really boil it down, we're just entertainers, you know? Stand-up is the like one of the ways we entertain, but in reality, like, you can add as many elements to put on a good show. In the end, it's all about people having a good time, right?
If people are laughing, you're doing well. So
yeah, if people are having a good time. Yeah. Like, man, Ali Siddiq with the 4-minute setups to one huge laugh, right?
Yeah, I see.
That's like, if you were doing a lot of like metrics, you would be like, yeah, he's not a good stand-up. But it's like, no, he's amazing. He's like one of the best ever. And it's just like, a different from the traditional view of the word, like of the. Sometimes we try to see it like a sport, but it's art, and
It
like,
is, yeah. We approach it with this athlete's mentality of like with this athlete's foot.
Louis Washfield.
I don't know why my mind went there. With this mentality of like, yeah, you do the most spots, you do whatever, like just trying to compete. And I heard a great thing, it's like a video. I heard a video, and
You can hear a video.
what the guy said was that competition is most of the times very bad. It can be great because it forces you to get very, very good at what you like, at the thing you're competing at. But it also makes you lose the vision of where you want to go, because you can't be an exception if you're competing with other people.
Yeah,
By definition, you need to be competing with anyone requires that you can boil whatever you're competing in down to one metric. And with most jobs, that's money, because it's the only thing you can measure. And with stand-up, it's amount of mics, laughs per minute,
attention followers. But none of it really matters until like if people come to see you and they enjoy themselves, you're crushing it. Yeah, you have to be successful by your own metrics.
And that, I think that's a huge thing, and it's so easy to get lost in the race.
Yeah, for sure. And like it's this thing of like it doesn't matter if you win the rat race, you're still a rat.
Yeah. You're the saddest loser. No, what is it?
The saddest winner?
Yeah, something like that.
The happiest loser?
No, the saddest winner.
The saddest winner.
The saddest winner.
That's for me. That's a big thing. It's like just do your thing and make it work, make it make sense to you. And you'll of course you have to be good enough to find a way that it works for everyone. Mm-hmm. But that's the thing, man. That you want to have the different style. You want to be unique. You want to be yourself. You want to you want when people laugh that they laugh. I don't know if you have this sometimes where you write a joke that hits, but you're like, this is not me. And it hits very reliably, and it's a good joke, and you can kind of use it. But you're like, is this this feels like it's not hacky because it's still unique or whatever, but it's like, it's not my thing. It's not like, I'm not being myself,
Yeah. Yeah, I do have that. I recently watched a very old video back. No, not even that old. But I watched it and I realized, because when I started comedy, I was very clean. And now I watched the video back and I was like, where did that go? At which point I was just not necessarily dirty, but like dark jokes as well. And I was like, gee, where's the observational comedy?
Oh, but I remember why you were clean. You were like, I want to be able to like the industry and stuff like that.
True.
And I was like, rat race. I remember we had conversations about that
I know
back in the day. Yeah.
I mean, this is like almost like a post credit thing now, but what is your take on moving to like a bigger scene? Are you thinking of it? Because we're now like,
I want to make it work here first, or I want to give it my all here.
Mm-hmm.
And if it doesn't work, I'll move. But I do think I want to know, first of all, like a lot of the things that we're doing here, like being the best thing you can do is be a huge fish in a medium-sized pond or a small pond, because then you learn these huge fish habits, and then if you move to a bigger scene, you have like you know how to behave yourself. You've learned the lessons. You've learned how to make an income from comedy. You've learned how to gain followers. You've learned how to interact with those followers. Blah 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 blah. You've learned how to.
Yeah, it's almost like training with steering wheels.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I think for myself, my idea is to like really like push Berlin to the max.
Mm-hmm.
And if it can work, like if we could get to a point that we're just touring from here and stuff like that, we'll see where we push it from there. But I think that would already be a happy life for me. Mm. And then if in the next, my deadline, or not deadline, but the time that I'm giving myself is like by the end of 2026,
mm-hmm.
if I've given it my all in those 2 years, and it still feels like there's something holding me back, that I need like a change of scenery, then I'll be like, okay, let's go to a bigger scene and see how we do there. But the reality is like, I don't see any real limiting factors in Berlin in itself, you know?
Yeah.
Like a lot of people have told me you can get more mics in here than in London.
Yeah.
And it's a thing of like, in the end, what do I need? Mics and followers. That's it. I need like open mics to make me better, and I need followers to allow me to tour.
Yeah, for me, it's really just about the seller, like the competing with the best.
Yeah, but
That's what I really want, man. That's the only thing that I'm really missing, because we have amazing comedians in Berlin, but we don't have anyone who's been doing it 25 years, and you can see that. You can see the difference.
the thing is, if you move to New York,
You're not going to be on those lineups.
it's gonna take you 10 years. And if you, that's the funny thing, you are more likely, in my opinion, to get into the cellar if you get 200,000 followers here,
Yeah, and then you go.
and then you go, then if you go to New York, you have a harder time getting those 200,000 followers, because in reality, it's a more expensive city.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
I
harder.
agree. I think this is great to lay a foundation.
Yeah.
So when you make the jump, you're also not at the mercy of.
But even then, dude,
People.
like even then, Ali Siddiq, again, one of the best, and I think you would agree in terms of lives in Houston. Like he's the king of Houston, and he gets all the stage time he wants in Houston, and he knows what he wants. What he wants, he knows his voice already, so he doesn't need the competition. He just loves it. And again, you go to New York to give yourself a little bit of that sense of competition. But in reality, if you give yourself all of that, man, Daniel Sloss, amazing, hilarious. He did that Jigsaw special.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
Only parts of it.
Amazing.
I really wanted like this and the Domino Effect 3 and 4. I just still haven't watched.
Amazing shit.
Yeah.
Both of them, I would put them both in like top 20 comedians in the world or something like that.
For sure.
They're both, like Daniel Sloss lives in Edinburgh. And not for the festival. He lives in Edinburgh the whole year. Like again, I don't know. I can name a few other examples, but
There is a way to do it remote.
Yeah.
Away from the big scenes, and
I feel like Shane, for example, Shane Gillis also talks about how he got to be like one of the best in Philly, I think, before he moved to New York. And that kind of made things different for him. And I don't even know how long he was like in New York in obscurity. I think it wasn't very much, you know? Dude, and you could even think about it for yourself with how you did the German scene.
yeah, that's by the way where the encore happened, which I think is even better. Germans wanting more fun. Come on, guys.
Oh, that's wild. Germans don't show.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe they were requesting. Maybe they saw that you didn't do enough time, and they were like, Ludwig,
excuse me. We paid for a 20 euro ticket, and you did 19 minutes killing and not 20.
one more joke.
Yeah, come back.
But yeah, the way you did it, you were like already smooth. Like you had all your habits, you had all your things, and then you come in. Like nobody has to teach you how to behave in a green room. Nobody. They meet Louis. Like most German comedians met you when you had like 2 years of experience plus a bunch of. So they saw you. He knows how to do it. He's doing his thing. Boom, and then the ascent was way faster. So
For sure, because you don't need to prove yourself.
Exactly.
The first impression is like, okay, that guy has been around. Yeah, just book him on the showcase. It's not none of this like they see you bomb for 2.5 years and then they're like, all right, I'll give you a shot. But
you did well this time, but is it an exception or
exactly,
you know?
exactly. You don't have to average all the shit out. You just get a clean cut. That's why I think it's amazing if you start outside of New York.
Yeah,
because there's no reference. They don't know you. You come in, guns blazing, and they're like, whoa.
And that's the thing. I mean, I see the benefit in New York, and like if there are any New York comedians listening.
Yeah, I love to go, man. You guys are living in fucking heaven, dude.
But that's the thing. Not really, like, no, I know a lot of them, and they're like, man, I get up on real shows with a crowd like 3 times a week. And these are people that are kind of established or establishing themselves, you know, as the good up and comers. So I'm like, man, like you have some benefits. You also have some difficulties, I would say.
Yeah.
And just for myself, again, I would say 2 more years. 2 more years of giving this place my all, and then we'll see. Like, I'm also I can't leave Berlin, but I'm like, I want to see if this place can work.
And use it.
Make the most out of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, look, this guy did like last Saturday 5 shows.
Yeah.
This Saturday you're doing 3 shows, like all with crowds, not like a.
Yeah.
So in reality, bro, for you, this is probably there's never gonna be a city with more stage time for you in the world, I think. And I know it's German and English, and again,
but it's very. This is what I realized as well. It was borderline arrogant of me when I started with English comedy to be like, I don't do German because I think it's very different. I literally do the same set.
Yeah.
It's just one more spot.
It's practice. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you right now have so much to milk out of this.
Yeah. It would be a waste to.
Yeah. And then, again, at some point, maybe you're like, okay, I don't need 5 mics a night now. What I need is some, like, real competition. But I would tell you, you're still getting better every week, dude. You're still learning a lot of shit.
Likewise, man. This is a great scene. And I think that's the harsh realization that you constantly come to is you're funny because you are funny. No one else is making you funny. If you work on the jokes, you will become better. And if people are around you are better, the only thing that does is it's policing you to like, this is how funny you could be in that room, and you're not that funny. So what you got to do is you got to write more. Yeah. That's the only thing that this competition does. And you get inspired of like new ways of doing the punchlines. I think that's cool as well. But the only thing, and I think that's actually, I never thought of it that way, but I think it really is just like a constant, you got to work harder.
But even then,
you got to work harder.
Have you not heard some of the best comedians in the world be like, I don't watch stand-up because I don't want to get influenced? Some of the best in the world don't have competition. Like a bunch of comedians are like, I don't want to watch anyone because I riff too much and I don't want their jokes to come out of my riff. Like again,
I think Patrice said it as well.
Patrice, I've heard recently. I think somebody was getting like on a podcast, like a Stavi or Shane Gillis. I don't remember who.
Yeah.
But like some of the top comedians like barely watch anyone else. It's like the competition thing. It's not so much the competition as it is, he writes every day, I also write every day. Like the input, not so much the output. So I would tell you, and dude, I know you've had this too, but visiting comedians from the US have been like, yo, you should move to New York. I think you could do it there.
Yeah.
It's like I don't think I don't think it's necessary for now. And again, like,
it's also why the only reason to move to New York is industry, really, and and I think that is almost done with like your past at the Cellar. That used to sell tickets on the road, where now it's like nobody cares really.
No, not at all, man. So I think I don't know. I think let's get to cooking here and see what happens, dude.
I think so too.
And it's what we just talked about. Did we talk about it on the podcast or before? The thing about accepting how much you're growing.
Yeah. No, right before the show, we were like, however, you go as fast as you can, but then you're like, whatever the outcome is, that is the outcome. You can't force the outcome. You can force how much you work on it, but
and that's the thing. It's like you're working as hard as you can and things like that, but you like obsessively find new things that like you try to force it, I guess is my point. Sometimes you're like, fuck it, I just moved. I'll just move. I like, dude, when I was in Portugal and you gave me that call and you were like, oh, what are you thinking about for the next 2 or 3 years or something like that? And I was like, bro.
I was spiraling. I was not doing well.
We literally just added like 5 more projects into our plate. We haven't finished digesting it, and Ludwig's already like, dude, I don't feel like I'm doing enough, bro. I feel like I'm fucking ready to quit my... And I was like, bro, what the fuck?
I feel like things are falling apart. Things are going at a good pace, and I think I can manage it. I need more chaos. Let me quit my job and die financially.
I'm working really hard, and I'm comfortable. I don't like it. I don't like that.
That is literally the feeling I had. I was working my day job, and I was like, if I work hard, this is all manageable. And I don't like that. Yeah. I don't like the realistic aspect of my current plan.
I don't like that I'm not collapsing right now. It makes me I want to work so hard that I collapse, I want to cry. I want to lose friendships right now.
Yeah. I'm like, somehow right now, it's all good. And that's weird.
I don't like it. I'm heading in the right direction at a healthy pace. I don't like it. It's that whole like mom driving the kids to school, and one day she's just like, Fuck it.
yeah, literally.
Fuck it.
I can't.
Guys, I get a lot of shows. I'm doing super well. I'm getting encores on 2 different languages. I should be homeless in London. I really need to. I think that's the next step for my career.
Well, if you say it like that, it does make sense.
I should be homeless in London. Somebody will discover me. Fuck it, let's be homeless. Fuck it. Okay,
that was a fucking psychologist Bruno analyzing me. It's funny because that's literally the thought process. I was like, I think being homeless, that would help me more. That would definitely be a better strategy.
It'll make me hungry to starve.
Yeah.
Literally starving will make me hungry.
It will, hunger. Not for comedy, for food. Guys, this was an insane episode. Thank you for sticking through with us. We'll imagine a music playing. This has been Almost Good, people. Guys,